Hello and welcome everyone back to the Dumbass class with me, the Dyslexic Gamer, and my players as always. Well, except the Brazilian one who will turn up shortly. In the last episode,
Possibly.
hopefully, in the last episode, our group of Inquisitorial acolytes had basically cleared out most of the mortal combatants, and had to deal with the ones from beyond. Surprisingly, with some really good rolls. I felt a little bit. I was like, did I not make it tough enough? Should I have given them 60 minutes? And no, Nuffle had decided there were some really good rolls on the player side. It's just I also had some really good rolls.
I would like to point out there was almost a friendly blue on blue.
It was so close to being a perfect run.
And they did the most damage. Also, nearly team killed.
Yeah. Most damage done to an enemy was also most damage done to an ally as well.
I mean, those two are often very common occurrences.
So yes, our group did indeed destroy the demonettes. I believe only Darius out of the player characters was actually wounded.
Yeah.
The
I get wounded in every engagement. Literally every engagement I've been wounded.
The daring souls often do. Charging into explosives and all of that. The only NPC ally who was wounded was our Arbite friend Marius, who was melter beam blasted and basically destroyed in one hit. So he is in negatives. He did burn a fortune point. His face is burnt and crispy. He does not look good. So, Dr. Winters, you were told on comms. We actually don't need the initiative tracker anymore. So, you were told on comms that that medic was needed. Ally was down. So, as you rush downstairs, following Tiffany and Liliana, you are shown the burnt remains of the Arbite, his not plasteel, ceramite plate has protected him, but he still has many ouchies and boo-boos.
I will do my best to fix the ouchies and oohs.
So, fortunately,
Probably don't need it, but I will give you an assist.
Fortunately, you have pretty much all the talents you need to make this quite simple. It is just burn, so in your Medicaid kit, you would have anti-burn agents, creams, or gel packs, or whatever the 40k variant is. So, normally I believe it'd be a -20, but you cancel out the negatives because of superior coercion.
I looked at what I have written down, and I think the injury modifier is only truly cancelled out if it's heavy injury, not critical. Critical is reduced to a -10.
Okay, so there would be a -10 to the Medicaid test.
Yes, but Darius cancels that one out because it's his.
Yes, yeah, pretty much. Although he is kind of he didn't break any bones, so he doesn't really need surgery. So, with a whopping 10 degrees, so I will.
He needs medical attention as soon as possible, if I remember correctly.
So this is the first. This is his first aid test that he has.
Yeah. But even still, like, he needed something.
He will gain a decent number of hit points back, but he is still going to need to go into extended care once he gets back. So, what's your intelligence bonus, Winters?
5.
5. So he gets 16 hit points back. The way I do things as a GM to make it more survivable, anyone watching will notice we go over 100. Easier to calculate. rather than stopping at 100. And 2, rather than healing 1 hit point or 1 critical point, which is like what the rulebook states, you get the full 16, but you heal the critical first. It hasn't actually saved on his token what critical he was in. I believe it was 7. So
I think it was 8 because it was energy to the head or something like that. Which was
No, body.
energy to the body, which was like super deadly.
Yeah.
I thought it was 7, a survivable one, where he lost some...
No, it was 8 is survivable for energy.
Okay, so minus 8, so that gets healed first of the 16.
Yeah.
So he technically goes up to positive 8. Yes, he technically goes up to positive 8. However, he is still technically at critical 8. So if he were to get damaged to go into critical again, he starts at 8.
Yep.
So it's very, very good. Go and get healed now. What did I say he gets? 6. Right.
Positive 8.
Positive 8, yes. Yeah, because it's 6. Yeah, because it's 16. Yeah. Sorry, I've been working in the heat all day, a little bit dehydrated, and very brain addled from the heat. So I may be a bit slow today. Right. So it takes you a few moments to assess the injuries. Pretty few moments, like, oh, he's smouldering. Get the gel packs. Darius looks at you as like, you could do this, Tech Priest. You could do this, Winters. Thumbs up, stripping the gel packs as you slap them on the boiled flesh. You can't do anything for the ugly that he is now suffering from, but you have helped the pain. He is still. He didn't go unconscious.
You guys still have a disguise kit.
I think he did go unconscious, but for now he wakes up again. But he's very much just leaning on the side of. He's just leant up against the wall, just completely like, what the fuck happened? Are they dead?
Yeah.
Not if I can help it.
I look
Can't
up
really-
concerned.
Can't really kill those things, but yes, they're gone.
Oh, I misunderstood. I thought he asked if he was dead.
We're just gonna keep the demonettes around.
No, Slaanesh!
He takes a low stick out and he lights a low stick. Just sat there like, I don't quite. He's gonna be out of it for a while.
Yeah, that's alright. I'll set him up. I'll ask Fleam and Tyrus to watch him for now, I guess. Just keep an ear on, keep an eye out. Keep an ear on their comm beads. I look at mine. It's like, hang on, take that out. Put it in my pouch because it's fucked currently.
Is anyone else injured?
I put my hand up.
I've got like a scratch across my face or something, and then Darius is pretty fucked.
That's a claw wound straight into my leg, and like, yeah, I'm a little bit scratched, but
Okay, I fix, and you sit down.
alright. I'm back up to full, I believe. That's what, +8 plus your.
Yes.
+8 plus 5?
14.
So,
I think it's 6, wasn't it? Oh no, yeah, 5. So 13.
yeah, I'm
And
back
that is my
to-
first medkit spent.
Dankeschön. Thank you. Don't know why I said Dankeschön character. Never mind.
But I will say, because we do need to buy a little bit of time for the Brazilian to turn up. Good job on deciding to bring everyone. I know I mentioned it during XP time. That, you have all these resources, you can use them, but I didn't change the makeup of. I haven't added any extra guards. I haven't taken away any extra guards. So you could have met all these people and the demonettes with just your group.
I think it would have been possible to kill the guards without the NPCs, but a little bit extra, those little few extra actions to help out against the demonettes, definitely fucking needed them.
Economy.
Yeah.
That was a good decision on your part. Huts.
All right.
I'll get my compounding demon fucking soon. It's fine.
Excuse me?
You heard.
That is not something I can fix.
And I reload my bolt pistol.
Devilish intent.
Either way, I'm gonna set Marius up on the wall and light pat on the shoulder.
Would there have been any loot in this room?
Possibly, but I am gonna whisper real quickly. What exactly happened? I didn't see these things using explosives. I didn't see it.
I think I don't know about Flame, because I think Flame was focusing on this room, but I was the only one that was able to see it. I'll just go. I'm not entirely sure. I mean, Ezio shot it, and then it exploded. They don't normally do that, but...
And look at the big fucking gun Ezio carries, and I'm like, did you just fire a multi-melter? At danger close.
It's a demonette. Correction. Would I know the term demonette in character?
Probably not.
Demon would suffice.
Yeah.
Actually, because you saw boobies, I would actually allow demonette, because I believe demonette is the correct word for a female demon.
I'd probably let it clip at some point. Like,
I'm glad you're being politically correct with the demons.
Kill my NPC. I mean, what?
What was the mortally challenged? That was the.
Mortally challenged.
If you get that reference, good on you. You know you play good games.
Eris, do I look like an artilleryman?
You are infantry. You of all people should know.
Everything's danger close to the infantry. You're danger close right now. You. Anyway. Right. We're gonna have a talk about that later. For now, let's see if he has any gear, books, records, anything like that. That looks to be like his office, doesn't it?
So,
like, at least it was when we were in there.
Liliana, you have just watched Marius get healed after being crispified. You've just seen Darius get healed after being stabified, and then some questions pointed at how did Marius end up like this? An accusing stares over at Ezio. And now the looting has started, so good time to join. Good time to join.
The raccoon heard the looting.
Busy myself with looting. I'll check the ladies downstairs and the ones that are not too, damaged, and I'll loot them.
I would basically go over the entire building, but also go.
I'll ask Tiffany to do the same. She should have been taught the no-no symbols, so she knows not to touch the ones with no-no symbols.
So we'll take this strategically first. Do we want to split up into little different sections, or do we want to just go room by room?
I would propose we stick together.
Yeah.
We just fought some demons. And we had to run across the entire building.
Yeah. I also just make a very clear point of don't touch shit anymore until me and or Liliana have looked at it.
We still have uncleared rooms down below.
Yeah,
That
that's
is
a
indeed
good
true.
point. Shit.
I predict humans' corpses inside.
So VV comes in comms, hearing that everything's got. Well, he's basically listening into your conversations, and he can. He's a tech priest, and it's not like Winters was like testing to see if anyone was doing this. So he's been listening.
I mean,
he comes over the
shouldn't
comms.
they be in the same circuit anyway? Because they're...
Yeah, but realistically, you shouldn't be transmitting every single thing that you say. Like it uses up battery, and it is filling the radio comms, the channel with useless chatter, like what you're doing now, just talking about healing and stuff like that. That's not normally necessary information to be live on with everyone stood next to you. So naturally, you'd probably turn it off. Well, VV's still listening in. So he knows what's going on. Pretty much any tech priest with access to the network would be able to do this. It's not difficult. So why tech priests are the ones you don't really want to piss off. So he'll scan the building with the ship's auger array, and he'll basically tell you he's not detecting any more life signs unless there's shielded rooms, which you're in the shielded rooms. He's not detecting any life signs.
Real quick, can I?
Yep.
Could I ask Winters, because you're the only tech race here at the moment, could you scan for, bugs and cameras and shit?
I mean, sure, I can try.
Just need like a good sweep of the area.
So this would be with your Auspex, so plus 30 awareness.
I mean, theoretically, there should be like a security room, or a head security room here. We'll be able to get all the details off anyway.
So, Winters, as you basically go to your auger array, but you're turning it to the Auspex section part, which gives you better awareness checks. You're looking around for oh, hang on, sorry, I fucked that up. It'd be the auger. So it would be a plus 20. Yeah, plus 20 tech use test rather than plus 30 awareness test. So yeah, sorry, can I get a plus 20 tech use test? Because you're looking for electronics. Well, even better. So with 10 degrees of success, there are cameras in this room. You're pretty easily able to determine that it's a closed network system. So the cameras are basically placed around the ring. And you can spot them when you find the energy sink at all. So you're like, okay, right, well, there it is. It's looking in the ring. At one point, you can find a Cognite unit that's basically got loads of recordings of basically Jello wrestling, sexy wrestling, fighting. Some of it gets quite brutal. But it seems to be a closed network for just this room. There is audio for it as well, but there's no... You can't see the seats around. Like the cameras are strategically placed only to show the ring. You do also see a data wafer burner. So a small device that's been installed into the Cognite unit. Cognite? Yeah.
Yep.
So I'm going to ignore the buzzing in my brain. I'm going to imagine it's heat. So they can print off videos of fights to anyone who wants one without actually showing who's in the audience. you could cruise that at your. Some of them get sexy, some of them get violent. It's kind of a mix. What am I saying? They all get sexy in the end. But there's no other listening devices that are for outside network that could be, touched, hacked into. Hey, look, Slanesh knows what it's all about. In this room, oh yeah, sorry. Someone did a Synesians. Liliana. The area is filled with chaos energies as demonettes have only recently been summoned here. Any detection of other psychic powers is basically blown out of the water by the stench of chaos. The stench, well, the sweet, rotting stench of the warp. So, unfortunately, it's really difficult to actually focus. If you want to check things psychically, you will have to take them out of the room. Or you'll have to search everywhere else and let the funk die down in here a bit.
That might take a while.
So it dissipates at the moment. You're talking like it is a strong energy because they've only just disappeared and appeared in here. Give it half an hour, and it will be manageable to where you guys can actually go, okay, right, let me examine this item. For now, it's going to be really well. It's not impossible. It's not impossible. You did really well with 6 degrees. 6 degrees is really good. I'll give it to you. With 6 degrees, it's overpowering. Like, you do not enjoy doing Synesians and opening up your mind to the amount of warp energy that is in the area. It's very, very unpleasant for you. But you do get a sense of what's around here, and it doesn't seem as if anything here is tainted or booby trapped or psychically, as far as you're aware. You may want to check other things a little closer at one point.
I'll mention this to Monica, basically. I cannot sense anything else, but whatever passed through the veil here left this place with a foul ass stench. So it'd be better to give it a time. What do you think, Monica? Because we might need to inspect these things more closely.
Time is something we don't have tons of, but we can make it.
We technically do, don't we? Isn't the cavalry, I'm gonna do quotation marks, technically speaking, waiting for us to call them and say it's okay to come?
That's
it's
true.
Been a while, so I wasn't sure.
That's true. However, someone in the group would bring it up. It would be very suspicious if in an hour's time no one's turned up. Like, the rest of the nobles would be like, what the fuck's going on? Like, even even a private matter within an estate, you'd still expect the enforcers to come up at one point and be like, oh, okay, my lord, it was an internal issue. You had to get rid of some staff. I understand. And piss off. There's pleasantries to be upheld. So you don't have unlimited time. That's basically what I'm getting at.
Yeah.
Probably say an hour or two
That's
max. Fair. An hour or two max, because the nobles have to dispose of the bodies, and that takes a bit of time.
It's still technically speaking better than last time, because last time Darius jumped through a window and said, "Let's go."
Yes. Well, we're already going by that time, but
I mean,
just to emphasize the point.
We also had the Secret Service raiding us at that point, so
yes.
Again, yeah, but this time the Secret Service is on hold.
Yeah. So, I'll start making my way through the place looking for documents, information. I probably should guess.
Yeah, is there? Technically speaking, this is not my area. I'm just gonna look around. Is there any Cogite unit in this room specifically?
So apologies if you can hear anything. That would be my fan. So, when you look in this room specifically, there are a number of items, no Cognite unit in here. However, there is a pick screen recorder, viewer with a data wafer reader in the desk, so he can peruse his chosen videographer collection. You find a couple of things.
Can I see what the latest data wafer was?
Sure. So, when you look at his desk, it's clean, but also messy. There's no dust on it, but you can see that there's loads of items on the desk. There is
Organized chaos.
Yeah, kind of. There is a data wafer in front of him. There is a data wafer that looks like it has just been taken out of the reader. Taken out of the reader. There is a book next to him. An actual paged book, not a data slate. When I say him, what remains of him as he is splattered across the room, dried out pieces. Yeah, so that's pretty much. Oh, actually, sorry. Above his desk, there is a brace of sexy Dyslexic dueling pistols.
Oh,
Ooh,
okay.
fancy.
Oh, those are very fancy.
How many of them are there?
Two, a brace. The ends, the handles, the grips, are voluptuous women.
Of course.
Of course. I was about to ask, is there any no-no signs?
I mean,
No.
I don't think a voluptuous woman is a no-no sign.
No, there's no marks of chaos, and the women are normal. They're not mutated or anything. If you look at the title of the book, it is a text on sex with abhumans, how to make them squeal.
Huh.
I slide that towards Mordecai. You like books, don't you?
Didn't his big girlfriend die?
No. She's still around.
She's still alive, I think.
Just unloved and unwanted and left in the underhive. So there's the two data wafers.
I'm gonna grab them for now.
You can operate the desk. It's not coded or anything. It just needs to be turned on.
Yeah, I'll flick on his unit and I'll take a look at the one that was just put in, or not just put in, but the one that was most recently put in.
Okay, so the one that was most recently put in, as you slot it into the device, you see Hoffe on the screen.
What do I say? It is difficult these times. I feel I should leave an account of the things that have been happening. My allies, my kindred, my friends have abandoned me. They say I am unstable at this time, that I am deluding myself in thinking that we are still needed by Her Most Holiness, the cunt of this planet. Well,
he takes a large drink.
She is not in control here. And for those watching this, my demise was not unknown of. I saw it coming. The bastards from the gangs betrayed me. My lucrative business venture to gain all the whores I wanted has dried up. And now I am to be investigated by the Lord Commander's secret police. Well, I will not go quietly. I have made preparations. But if you're watching this, then they have failed and I am dead. All the shame for it. My guards will have made sure that this has been secreted away. Those cunts best have done. He snarls as he takes a moment and thinks upon his guards. I know for a fact that Sam, the weaseling prick, is going to betray me. He has had it in for me for quite some time now. For own sake, I've had it in for him for longer. You'll find data slates with information regarding his dirty dealings. I have collected more than enough data for any Inquisitor to wet their little panties over those wastes of space. But it should be known. We were not the ones to fool. We are only living as men of our stature demands. If we do not live like this, then those lessers of us may get thoughts above their stations. They may think that they could live in such luxury. It is only by our indulgence, in our excess, and our lust for new experiences that shows them who their betters are. They would wilter under the intense scrutinization of all the bastard cunts wanting a cunt of your action. Cut. Although I do want a cunt.
He again grimaces, takes a large drink. He probably had a glass that was 3/4 full, and in 2 drinks it's 1/4 left.
My estate will die with me. There are no other Hoffers. The Inquisition made sure of that long ago. I am the last, and if it were not for my failing testicles, I would have had many heirs by now, but that seems to be the God Emperor's vicious mockery on me. So, Planetary Governess has her secrets as well. For those of you who find this, there is a secretive organization dealing with everything. You are so blind not to have noticed them. They flaunt their power. They claim they own the Inquisition. They are the ones who will orchestrate my demise, I am quite sure. But they will be fooled, as everyone is who meets me. I am no wastrel. I am no degenerate. Well, I am. But I am clever. They think of me as merely watching the ass when they talk behind my back. But no, I listen. I pay attention. I do not know their name, but I've heard a phrase being mentioned. There is a password, a commonality in it, but I have yet to discover it. But when you need it most, remember, it's a matter of the most pleasant, fraternal confidence. It may just save your useless effing lives. But I doubt it. They got me after all. Planetary governess is a puppet who thinks she's a master. Don't be fooled like everyone else. She's not a clever cunt. Just an obstinate one.
He takes out a vial. It is a glass vial with steel going round the outside. It looks like it should go into an auto-injector. The substance inside it, you can see that it's, and again, this pic recording is in colour. You can see that it's purple, but things glitter in there. Even through watching through the screen, you're sure you see a colour flickering that should not exist. You have no word for what colour it should be. There are flickers of gold, of purples, of blues, and they're all electric. They all pop as they flicker. There's another couple of colours in there which you're like, what colour chart in the world is that on? You get no idea.
I will enjoy myself. And until my time comes, they will think me nothing more than a poor fool, but I will have the last laugh. I leave you nothing but the phrase. You can loot my meager possessions for what they're worth. But remember the phrase.
Oh, as he injects himself.
You should know. This data wafer will explode.
As he falls back, a sneer appearing on his face. The machine... Smoke emanates up from it. And the screen goes dead. Fortunately, Darius, you saw Hoffe's face before he exploded. It was the same look. It was the exact same look of ecstasy, smirking, that although his skin and fat and tissues had all shriveled up, you see the resemblance in it.
Fucking wastrel. Alright. I got one more data wafer then.
Right.
Unfortunately, I can use this device.
Hmm.
He never really said the phrase, did he, the prick?
He did not say the phrase.
He did.
He did.
He did?
I forgot to
Familiar.
write it down. I was.
Wait. Was the phrase the colors or?
No.
No. Oh, it was the fraternal one?
Yeah.
Okay. Alright. That's alright then. I thought he kept hyping up like what this. I thought he was
Me
just
too.
hyping up the phase,
I'm here.
and then just killed it at the very
I
end. It's like, you fucker. You absolute
Yeah.
fucker.
Yeah, I was stuck for a second. I was like, oh wait, no. You said there is a place? Okay, yeah, that was what it was, but
He wanted to fuck with you, basically. He wanted to fuck with you. So as you
Yeah.
open the drawers, you'll find 2 data slates with incriminating information about Sam Abbott.
Right. Alright. I'll stick those in my pack as well. 2 data slates.
And remember your dueling pistols. Actually, I'll be nice.
Whoever wants the dueling pistols can grab them. I don't think I need any more pistols.
There you go. So you
It's
have
sexy bellicose dueling pistols.
bellicose.
Velasco.
So
I mean, who's keeping the pistols?
I'll take them just so they don't get lost.
So as
I mean,
you
I would take them.
as you
What
come
was it,
into the next room, the pit, there's nothing really to take in here. There is alcohol you can, if you want to put down a fine bottle of alcohol, of like Amasec, or name your poison. It is
No,
there.
You're not touching it. We don't know what the fuck it's laced with. Don't touch it.
Damn it. So as you basically move upstairs, we come upstairs. You'll find a woman with her head blown off. There's an RPG next to her.
Yep, grabbing that. It's just a regular RPG, or what is it?
It is actually an RPG from the game. I actually didn't know an RPG launcher.
World?
Well, it's a launcher, so it might be slightly different. She fired off.
I don't know where that is.
She fired off the frag. She has another frag and a crack. No, sorry, she fired off a crack. She has 2 frags left on her.
Just 2 frags. All right. Grab that, sling it over my shoulder for now. Stuff the rounds in the pocket, or the pack at least. And does she have one of those swords as well? Yes.
Sorry, I'm struggling to remember the screen key. God damn it, my fucking brain is just dying. No, she does not have. No, she would have a sword. Sorry, she would have a sword. So she has a mono short sword. It is a 1d10 weapon with a pen of 2. There is a custom grip on it, and it is good quality.
I am gonna leave that for now because I'm actually gonna grab it off the one I killed because dramatic irony or whatever. So
sure, you can do that. So the RPG is worth 1,200 thrones. Just to let you know there. It is also 120 meters and classified as heavy.
And also a launcher.
Yes. As you move into the next room, you will find wrong one. You will find.
Don't forget to lose your characters.
Sorry. You also found a small vial in Hoffe's room, with some substance still left in it. If you want to test it for later on.
Oh boy.
Okay. I'll take that as well, because shit. Why not?
You find.
I just looked at the damage profile of those pistols. Those pistols are fucking awesome.
Yes, they are.
Right.
Oh, sorry.
Mine now.
Jim, are you. Oh, sorry. Never mind. Never mind. I'll come to that later. So in this room, you find 2d10 times 100 worth of thrones. Worth of jewelry. So would someone like to roll me 2d10 times 100?
I like jewelry. 2d10 times 100. So 2d10.
Yes.
2d10 times 100. 700.
So that's 700 worth.
700 thrones worth of expensive jewelry.
I'll add that to Tiffany.
Like those plastic rings you can get for $1. So it's just like 700 of those.
No. This is all classy stuff. So short, you're gonna hand that over to Tiffany.
That's like one really classy necklace. So
yeah, like don't get me wrong. Look, the thing said high value. I'm like 700. Okay, yeah, one thing. You get a load of rings, a load of
Yeah, no, I know what you mean. You can't overblow the price,
bracelets,
but yeah.
This is resale value. Once you take it out of the shop, it loses half its value. Everyone knows this.
We're also, we're not selling this in the official market. We're basically selling this on black market, which already cuts the price by half.
But they're very high class, very nice jewelry, gold rings, silver rings, so on and so forth, different metals and alloys and stones and so on. There is also 5 data slates. As you hand them out and press on, they do have some battery left. You all have to kind of. Some of you might be interested. They're all full of pornographic slates.
Just porn loaded on them.
Yep, pretty much.
All right.
Just porn.
So
I'll keep.
Darius is just snapping the one that he has currently and just dropping it.
There is
I'm going to
also
look.
a fancy
Okay.
gold-plated chrono. It is best quality, so it is 10 times the standard cost.
Ooh. Okay. Anyone want that? Anyone want that?
Who's taking the point on the data slates? They can wipe these clean and use them later.
No one's taking those.
I'll keep them.
Yes, wipe them clean. Wipe them clean.
You're gonna have to fucking really wipe them.
Hey, that wouldn't be my job. That would be the mechanic's job.
I'm not touching the porn slates.
Oh,
Winters,
you
come clean the stains around the buttons.
If no one grabbing the watch, I think you can have it, Darius. No one else is.
All right, I got the gold-plated best quality chrono.
Yes, it actually has the sigil of the wheat ear on it. So it is the sigil for this planet.
Okay.
When you open it up, you'll see that on the opening face, so under the flashy bit that opens, it says made by the guild of this world, the one that Hoffe's family used to be in charge of.
Yeah. So, best quality ones. Does it have any additional settings? Like, does it have a secondary timer or anything added onto it? In case
Yes. So
there was something hidden to it?
if you press a button, you'll notice that the face of the watch will come loose, and with a very fancy little mechanism, it flips round and is a stopwatch. I'm like, oh, that's interesting. You click it again, thinking you'll get the timepiece again, but a different face comes around, and that tells you the astrological bodies.
Pretty cool.
You click it again, and again the mechanism swips around, and it shows you the watch again. But the watch does also, so it syncs up with the planets. Well, you wouldn't know this, but Winters would. They'll sync up automatically with a planet's time. So there's currently so it shows you, as far as I'm aware, all chronos should show you Terra's time. Or some nonsense like that. They're meant to show you Terra's time, and then they're meant to have another set of hands that shows you the planetary time.
Yeah.
Because watches in 40k are complicated. I don't know how. Looking into them more, some of the fancier ones can be ridiculous. However, you would also find near the watch, you'd find a very fancy ring box. When you open the box, you find there is a very, very large ring in there, but it is less ornate than the jewelry. It doesn't look as nice as some of the jewelry either.
Can I pick it up and turn it around real quick to see if there's a little button at the bottom of it?
There is there is a button at the bottom.
I was about to ask something else first. My mind went someplace entirely different. I was about to ask, how big is the ring?
It's a 2-finger ring, actually.
Ah.
Poor man's knuckle duster.
No.
Yeah.
Not this one.
No. It's not a it's either a digi-weapon or it's a fucking built-in ejector for him to, drug people up. So I'm not pressing the button until I find out which.
Winters.
Do you want to find out if this double ring or this 2-finger ring is sex, drugs, or built-in flamer?
Oh, here, let me check in on you.
If it's built in flamer, I shotgun it.
So looking at the ring, Winters, you have a hunch you should roll Forbidden Law Adeptus Mechanicus. There is a +10 because it is not the finest example, shall we say.
I do have Forbidden Lore Archaeotech.
You should have it for Adeptus Mechanicus as well. And this would be Adeptus Mechanicus, not Archaeotech. Yeah. Okay. You are under no duress here, so it takes you about 15 minutes. You start poking around with things, saying chants and prayers to the Omnisire. You don't hit the button. Not that silly. The rest of the group get bored and kind of do their own thing for a while before you're like, eureka! I have the answer. It is a human, basically a poorly made replica of a Jokero digi weapon.
Oh yeah, Jokero. I almost said Jotaro.
Jotaro.
I think that's a different universe entirely, my friend.
It still has the same
Big
qualities.
burly man just appears out of the ring.
It still has the same qualities. It is a 3 meter, 1d10 toxic round. It has rending with the toxic quality, toxic 1. This can be improved. You do need to reload it. You managed to find the mechanism for rearming and loading it, Winters. It basically has a cartridge of 5 shots. Each shot is a preloaded toxin dart. It appears as if they're all the same toxin, which is toxin 1. But yes, they can be reloaded and the toxin can be increased.
This is why we don't look at the ring and then press the button.
You're pretty sure a Mechanicus made this. You're pretty sure an Adeptus Mechanicus made it, but you can't find any Forge World markers on it. It looks as if it is a custom built job.
I have a feeling I know who is responsible for this, but I'm not sure yet.
Maybe. But there are no symbols on it, which is good.
Yeah, I'm gonna go find Darius and just hand it to him and explain it real quick.
Okay. Who does that suit the playstyle of anyone here in particular?
Oxens? Me, kinda?
Probably you, yeah. Do you want to grab it then, Jim?
Sure.
Or
take
Liliana,
it.
at least. So, as well, I'm sure we're downstairs by now looting the rest of the place, so...
Yeah,
yes.
I want to loot armor. So this is a toxin digi weapon?
Herring, you said? Or
How would the
Rending or
voice in my
tearing, sorry?
head? How would the voice in my head describe this piece of machinery?
I don't know. My brain is not functioning properly at the moment. So you've already looted that one, basically, pretty much, kind of. So as you make your way down into the next room, so these 3 are not lootable. They were on fire for far too long. These are all lootable. Now, I think one of them, the armor is messed up. And you already looted that. Oh wait, there's another one. Oh, and there's this one. You guys have looted one so far? Okay. So I'm
Where's
going to
the chief? Oh yeah, there she is.
that one. I'm going to take one other away for damaged equipment. And that should be
Okay.
fine. Right. So, the Hoffe time sexy cards. Oh no, why did your sheet open like that? You bastard. Where's the Hoffe estate? Oh no. Doing that Judas thing where it opens really weirdly. So, how many are left? How many are left? God damn it, sheet. Now you're too big and I can't see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. So, you get 7 mesh vests, mesh gloves, and mesh cows. These are all AP3. They are all built for scantily clad women. Well, scantily figured women. Yes.
So it's taking that.
So good for if we need to infiltrate as twinks again.
Hey, I've been wearing mesh armor this entire time. Mesh armor is very good.
How
And you
about the
can
other
handle
half of the party, Jim? Although I don't think it's going to work that well for Darius.
it. So 7 times mesh vest.
So,
7 mesh vests, 7 meshed hoods,
No, I'll add it to
gloves,
Disney.
and then gloves. Okay.
God, this is so more complicated because I can't, and I removed all the bits. But actually, Jim, how do I
Yes.
take screenshots again? My brain is failing me.
Shift Windows S.
God damn it! Thank you.
I just saved snipping tool to my hotbar.
So you
Shift
get
Windows S works.
7 mono swords, which are in chat, as I can now actually send you the whole thing. Oh, you
Oh,
bastard!
yeah, good quality. I'll forgive you.
I actually can't. Well, there aren't any man stop around, so I can remove that one.
Oh boy.
I'll add the swords to Tiffany too. Unless someone wants to take one.
Now, is that just good quality at the back? Yes, it's just good quality. Okay, cool. So, you get 7 good quality autoguns. All of which have a custom grip, compact, red dot laser sight, and silencer attached.
What?
They have a custom grip, they are compact, they have a red
Red
dot laser sight, and are silenced.
Okay.
These are pistols?
No,
Or
no,
are they based
No,
on
guns.
guns?
autoguns.
Autoguns.
So they are submachine guns, so they can be used in melee. Because they are shortened.
What's the damage profile?
It's
it's
in
it's in
the
chat.
Discord.
So they don't have man stoppers. So the man stoppers are giving them the +2.
And the
Sorry,
plus
no,
three.
+3
Pen.
pen. Hang on.
No, just the +3 pen. The +2 is standard.
Oh, okay, yeah. For some reason, I thought it added damage as well. You can... Well, none of them reloaded. That is actually a good point. None of them reloaded. So what's in their guns would be depleted. So you get... Well, I'm just going to round it up and then take some away. So you get 300 rounds of man stoppers for an auto gun.
Oh. All right. Stuff them in a pack where... Well, don't stuff them in a pack. Just throw everything into the fucking...
So fortunately, they are actually in clips for the auto guns. So they're in magazines rather. They're in magazines of 15 because the guns only hold 15.
Oh, okay. Yeah, because they're compact. All right. Okay.
So you get 20,
All right.
20 magazines I think, if my maths is correct. Probably isn't.
Yeah, 300. Yeah, 20 magazines.
And that is about that off the guards. Oh, sorry. So, Winters, you personally would know if they have pheromone glands. That means they have cyberware in them. You could extract the pheromone glands from them. They wouldn't be that valuable, but they would assist in charm tests. But it's just a +10.
I am not taking out a pheromone gland out of one of these dead bodies and putting it into one of ours.
Okay, fair enough.
Black market.
There is another thing that's technically on the black market kind of list. Synthetic muscle grafts. Normally, to make sure that you don't have issues, they are coded to your DNA. There is a process that goes over making sure that they're okay. This type are extra grown muscle. It's not wires or anything like that, which are in some editions. It technically could be stripped back and sold, but you'd only get quarter the price if you're lucky.
Once again, something I would like to avoid doing because that is an incredibly risky thing to do.
Fair enough. You're the only one who would know that this could really be done. If it was like cybernetic arms, then anyone could be like, well, can't we yank that off and take it? But you're the only one who would know that that could be done. So if you don't want to do it, then it doesn't get done.
Well, if I was some random street dog, I would, but I'm not. I have standards.
Hey, I've played with Liliana with Jim for many years now, and he's done some weird things. Can I autopsy this alien Xenos thing? Can I cut this person up to see what killed them? Can I?
Hey,
I mean, Eris Doc still has a cool box full of Tau parts in Krieg.
Luna has a space marine helmet, including the jibby bits.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Gross.
Hey. If you're not willing to vivisect anything that you find, you're not a real doctor.
Yeah, I think
Or science.
Is that a fun one?
I think that's everything from the sexy time guards. You found all of that. You found that. You found that. You found that. Okay, so that's pretty much everything. But then Winters is like, wait a moment. We have some other rooms to go to. So you
Yes.
come down to D-Gen Corner.
I don't care about this room. I want to go to this one.
There are no. Okay. So as you enter into the rooms, you find the exact duplicates of each other. You find another guard who has been. Basically, she's been strapped in a bed with different sex toys on her, in her, around her, and she's just been left there. And she's died quite some time ago. You imagine through dehydration, starvation.
Sodomized to death, basically.
Maybe. I imagine.
So is there
yes.
downstairs then?
No.
Okay.
They're just there. It's just a wall art, floor art. Shush. I imagine Tiffany and Liliana stop off at a certain room and pack a certain thing up. For later use.
They totally just didn't run into the room to do that.
Yes, you degenerates. So, as you make your way into the garage, because you know there is a garage.
Yep.
There's a door and everything.
Oh, it's dark in here.
It is very dark.
Damn it, I was going to say turn on the stab light, but that's the other game.
It is.
Actually, don't turn on that fucking stab light. It has a UV
Hold
setting.
on.
I don't want to see what's in here.
Don't we all have the
We all have stab lights, but I was...
No, photo
Also,
contact.
Yeah, we have night
Oh
vision.
yeah, fuck you, that's right.
And I have optical megadendrite, which includes an infrared lamp.
It was one of the first
Yeah.
things we bought.
You can just switch on a light.
Good point. Yeah, I'll switch on the light anyway, just in case.
Okay.
But that's no
So-
fun.
You open the
don't-
door, some light comes in. Ezio runs in and hits the light before you, Darius. Just a bit cheeky git.
Fuck you. I didn't know where we were.
Lights open up. And you find 2 vehicles. So,
I claim the van.
you get 1 SFAFRT classic truck worth 10,000 thrones. It is no longer in use by the guild. However, it is a classic guild vehicle. Think of that as, and take upon that as you wish. You also have access to 1 classic car with sexy ornament hood and garnished and garish colours on the inside, worth a whopping 50,000 thrones.
Jesus Christ.
You also find
Emperor
How much?
protect.
50,000
thrones?
thrones.
50. Let me look at that garnished one.
You
Is
find
this
That's
one or
gonna
is
get
this one?
sold.
you also
Of course, it's going
find
to get sold, but I have commerce.
tools and spare parts for the car and truck worth 5,000 thrones. Some of these parts could be utilized for other mechanical uses. They are spare parts for engines and so on. There's probably 1,000 thrones worth of specialized parts for each vehicle. But then 3,000 at least of generic usable parts.
Oh, car worth 10k, sexy car worth 50k, and tools worth 5k, correct?
Yes.
Okay.
Remember garish colours inside. It's like purples and greens and ultraviolet colours that sting your eyes and make you wonder what those stains are.
Yeah, oh boy.
You also notice
See,
another
the
door.
issue is we're gonna have to drive these out of here.
You will. You'll have to sit in those stains for a while.
I'm
Can't
not.
we load
I'm
them
getting
in
back
the
in.
gun cutter?
No.
We could probably load one of them under the gun cutter,
Yes.
but
I will load the van under the gun cutter, and I will fly back with the gun cutter.
You also find another door leading to another place. There is far less to be found in here. It is very
Oh.
sparse. However, you do see a number of paintings which are not degenerate like the other paintings you've seen, but they are of like prostitutes who've been painted in the nude. But they're
still saucy.
saucy, but there's far more artistic credit to these pieces. Like you're not. It's like I think it's Monet who painted loads of prostitutes, or it was Van Gogh, one of the two. And they're like classic art pieces now because they are humans in natural form. It's not this like modern, ultra, edited footage of sexy. So yeah, you can look at these and you're not disgusted. Basically, you're like, huh.
I'll be taking that.
I'm taking a look at each of the rooms.
The rooms are very barren, very bare in what's been in there. It's basically 2 beds with a table. The table has the sigil of the guild, which is what your sister told you about.
Yep, as well as the paintings and the storeroom near the store. But
when you actually investigate the rooms, you will find, like, if you actually strip the rooms out, which I imagine you kind of do.
I kind of am, to be honest. But
on the back of one of the drawers is written, "Although our world is fallen and gone, the last of us will fight forever on. We carry the name and love in our hearts. For Phonos we give our lives." I read it down somewhere, but I did it off by heart. We give our lives for our Phanosian loves. No, Phanosian. Phanosians? Yeah, Phanosians.
both work, to be honest. But That's like written on a
It's
a
on
board.
the back. It's on the back of one of the drawers, and it looks like it's been scribed in with a knife. The handiwork on it. There would also be an aquila along with your homeworld sigil. It looks like it would have taken a trooper, a couple of days to do, maybe longer, because it does look well done. It doesn't look as if it's just been a quick hack job. Basically, Scrimshaw.
All right. And nothing with this last room by itself.
So in the room, the two rooms by themselves, you'll actually find blood marks on the floors. In this room, oh, I'm on the wrong. In this room here, there's blood in the center of the room around, as if someone's been beaten up. Whereas in this room, it looks. Yeah, you can. In this room, it looks very much as if someone's been dragged through and wounded, and in the bedroom here, it looks as if someone's performed surgery. It looks like they've been doing medical stuff. Like the blood has been, someone's tried to wash it off, for example, whereas in this room, it is just dried on splattered it's dried where it's splattered.
Right. And again, is the staircase here or not?
No.
Okay, so that little you said it was a chest of drawers, basically, or a table kind of thing.
Yeah. You can basically pulled the drawer out, flipped it round, and you've seen that's where it is. So if you wanted to take it with you, you could just snap the ends of the drawers off and take that bottom piece away.
Yeah, I'm going to do that.
That is indeed possible. Jim, you can put down that you have 3 art pieces. Value unknown. Artist Bob.
I'm sorry, artist Bob?
Yep, there's a little Bob in the corner, little Bob. But just
He's a driver
a Bob.
And he's a driver and an artist.
Okay, I do 3 art pieces.
Every good game should have a couple of Bobs. Yes, but there is nothing else here. No other personal items or effects.
Right. Okay. All right. Have we searched everything? The garage. So Etsu, you're determined to take that car, or you're determined to take that van, right?
Yes.
And who wanted the sports dragster fucking thing?
We're selling that.
Yeah, but
it's
who
50 grand.
Who specifically wanted to sell it?
I think myself and Winters.
I want to sell it too, but I mean, you can sell it better than I can.
You give the party nice things, and all they want to do is sell it. Sure, the keys are in it. They're fueled up. You can easily drive them back. It's going to take you hours to do so. To be honest with you, it's going to be more difficult for you to spot weld the truck onto the gun cutter, because the gun cutter doesn't have grabby arms, so it means someone would have to spot weld it on.
I do have to ask, I have no fucking clue. Do we have to do something to the license plates of these things, or do they not have a license plate? How do we do this? Can we just fucking take it and go?
They're very recognizable car. Well, this at the very least is very recognizable. This is a classic car, isn't it? It's sorry, classic van.
Like so around the noble estate, yes, they're recognizable. But once you've left a noble estate, they're just another car. To be brutally honest, it's like most of the middle hive would never have seen that car before. So yeah.
And you do require operate surface to drive these cars, right?
Yes. You're not in duress. It's not like it's you've got high speed, tail it. So you just need the skill to show that you can operate a vehicle.
Okay, so why don't we take these two cars and just drive straight through the front gate like nothing happened?
You can do that.
I don't have operator, so unfortunately I can't do that.
I have operate surface, but I also want to fly my gun cutter.
Leafy can fly the gun cutter, can't he?
Yes, as long as he's not under duress. If he's just flying it to the landing point, he can do it because he has the skill. It's just if you were being attacked, you want Ezio.
Surely Tiffany has it.
Does Tiffany have? Oh, Jim, have you rebuilt Tiffany yet?
No, not yet.
Surely, as a ganger, she would have some way to operate service, whether to drive a truck or to steal one.
I mean, I haven't had the time. Okay, I'm sorry.
So as she has
anything in her yet,
as she has operate,
she doesn't.
No, she doesn't. No, she
doesn't.
Lies. She does not. So I will have a quick.
Never said she had.
Oh yes, and there was also that phone call.
Phone call.
Winters has it. Winters, do you want to drive the stained car back?
Before I do that, I would like to put something between me and the stains.
Sure, you could do that.
You still under the effects of the pheromones?
No.
You can ask.
Thankfully, no.
Okay.
No, the fear broke it.
Okay. I was going to say, if you were, you could have asked Liliana for a driving date, and not Tiffany.
Tyrus or whatever his name is, he also has operate surface.
I'll check. I also haven't been able to rebuild him.
Basically, guards.
So he's not being rebuilt.
No, you don't have to rebuild yours.
The others just have XP that you can spend if you want to spend it on them. If not, I'll spend it at a later date. But Tiffany is getting rebuilt.
I'll take care of it one day. Yes, he's also a driver, so he could do it.
Yep. So there are a couple of drivers in the squad. It's just no one is actually built to drive under duress.
Excuse me?
Be right back. I mean,
I have plus 10 in drive. Thank you very much.
Well, no, none
I just
of the
don't
NPCs.
want to drive it.
None of the NPCs.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So there are enough drivers if you want to, but Winters, you can find something to cover the cushions, the seats in. That is fine. So Liliana and Tiffany, you wish you can go and get the device, put it into your inventory.
Device? I don't know what you're speaking of.
It's already in your inventory there.
It's not in my inventory. I don't know what you're talking about.
Remind you of anything?
Not in her inventory. It's in Tiffany's.
Okay. Fair enough. So,
if we're taking these now, what I'd recommend is those who want to drive them should drive them now. Basically, like just get back to base as soon as possible, stash them in our garage, and get them out of line of sight as soon as possible for when we call in the secret police.
Sure.
Just to make sure, did we grab the files from the security room and from the office room too? Right. So we don't know that, right?
I have the data slates. I have the data wafer. I have Hoffe's data
Okay.
wafer, the one that's left, as well as the 2 data slates on Sam Albert. There should be still 4 porn data slates.
I have those.
You have all 4.
I mean, nobody wanted to take them, so I was like, okay, fine, I'll take them.
You can have the broken one too if you like.
No, you already broke it. It's useless now. Like, if we wipe it clean, it's, data slates we can use.
So all in all, we've spent about half an hour right now, correct?
Yeah, about
If
that,
not a
as
little
you've all
bit
worked
sooner.
as a team, sure.
So
So I will add, there would be files on the Hoffe estate, but it's just files. There's nothing actually incriminating in there. It's just the accountant's files for the Hoffe estate for like 5 decades or more.
Now that I'm thinking, did we find any room where basically he kept guns or toys or anything? Or was there nothing along those lines in this estate?
It seemed
There was no armory.
it seemed as if so there would have been an area where they stored extra ammo, but it was all empty. It was just, they had everything on them or near them. So, and they all lived in the estate, and they're all kind of like the couple of rounds that went by at the start of the game where nothing really happened. Like, you blew the bird who met you away. There's a couple of rounds where no one was doing anything. That was them getting ready because they were all doing shit. So they're like, "Oh, quickly grab my gun, grab my sword, stick the ammo on me." So you didn't find any extra. Yeah.
I don't know. I was just asking because maybe they had a room where if they took all the guns,
it didn't seem. It's odd.
Ammo and shit.
It is odd that there's no extra supplies or extra, but it seems as if living guards, this place wasn't really set up that well for maybe one of the rooms where you find the empty ammo cases, the empty ammo boxes, was once a armory, but it had just been turned into a dumping room.
He's basically even said that he's bleeding money, so
yeah,
it's not as extravagant as it used to be.
So yeah, and like I said, there would be other documents and things like that, but nothing else worth taking, really.
Okay. So, who's driving the cars? Because if you guys wish to head on now,
I guess it would be me and Tiris.
No, only you two are needed. So, you start up the cars. The classic one has just this lovely, whereas the classic sports car has much more of a me kind of engine. Don't know why I had to put that in there, but I did. So Winters, as you drive off, it is a high performance sports car. It flies with just a little tap of the throttle. Ezio, yours bumbles along. It kind of struggles a bit to get up the hill out of the garage, but it's such a satisfying sound to it.
At least it's better than the other car. My aesthetics.
One of you's getting back at different times. So you grab the goods. You can load them in.
We would be riding convoy.
Well, you kind of wouldn't, because unless Winters really drives slowly.
Winters, do you really want to not put the foot down?
This is a sports car. Are you insane?
Yes, technically.
So, it takes an extra 10 minutes or so to get everyone into the gun cutter, get all the goods out of. Did I not put down the Hoffe's estate? Well, it's in the spire. Never mind. I didn't.
I'll ask for like the communique for the secret place and inform them first that it's safe to move in, and then inform the Arbites just for the sake of it was the secret place that was going to investigate them first anyway. So
Sure, you can do that. As the gun cutter lifts off, you see whoever's in the cockpit can see Winters in a nobler state where there are less cars. Like, it's open road. Until you get lower down, the traffic comes along. For Ezio, you see there's a slow plugging
probably
along.
see Winters'.
I'm a responsible driver. I keep.
You can probably see Winters' car like a mile away, just stands out amongst all the grey.
You're a responsible driver, but sometimes you don't have a choice.
So
Responsibility is for the guard. I'm not guard.
I would also be the driver.
You are a tech priest, though.
I mean, I would also be the driver that has the entire back filled with high explosive incendiaries. So whenever someone hits me, the entire block is wiped away.
So Albie likes his trucks a piece. Good to know.
So as the gun cutter takes off, you bank around. Darius gets on the radio and informs their contacts to move in. You can basically just about make out the sports car going down into a tunnel to join the major highways and elevators and system that gets you down into the hive. By the time you've cleared the noble area, you kind of make out that the old classic truck bumble its way along, still not quite at the tunnel. So you guys land your gun cutter. In fact, you can change the landing spot now, and land just above your base. So it only takes you a short elevator ride to get down to your base. So it's going to take you guys... I'm going to go to 4. It's going to take about an hour and a half for you guys to get down, because you have paid for the express travel passes and things of that nature. For Winters, it takes
Holy shit!
It takes you 19 hours. No, yeah, it takes you 19 hours because you're driving fast when you can, but you're not racing through traffic because you're not driving under duress. Ezio, do you want to drive a little under duress? I do.
I would be.
Do you want to find a motel?
I mean, I will probably just keep on trucking, get a recaf. I'm a guard. I'm used
Pulls
to
over at a service station.
Okay. So you're going to have to pull over at a service station anyway. It's going to take you...
I mean, if it takes
5 hours, because your truck struggles to get up to the speed limit.
Then I will take a nap in the truck.
Okay, so whilst you're in the upper hive, you realise it's going to take longer than you thought. So you find somewhere nice you to park up. You pay for parking, and you have a nap. You get some recap, but yeah, it's gonna take you 35 hours to get back. So we'll see you tomorrow, basically back at the hideout. So as you saw, I do need to go back to the Hoffe estate now and copy the sports car and the other one. So as you get back to your base, the Arbite is taken to the hospital. Darius, you quickly realise that you need to move the hospital out of your room and move it into one of the spare rooms that you have in your facility.
Say that again, sorry?
Well, the hospital is set up in your bedroom.
Yeah.
Well, the Arbite needs to go to the hospital. Do you want him in your bedroom, recovering from his wounds?
Yep, he can take my bed. I'll sleep. elsewhere for now.
No, it's not your bed.
That's why it was set up there.
There's a hospital bed set up there. Currently, your sister's on it, but you have a whole building. That's what I'm getting at. You have a whole building. You could set up the hospital room in a separate building, so you're not sharing a room with a patient.
Yeah, rather than move it now though, because he still needs the Medicaid attention. I'd rather he just take the bed for now. So just take my bed, use it as a temporary Medicaid station, and then once he's recovered, we'll just start moving the Medicaid equipment down into a nicer room. Or its own dedicated room.
We'll do that another time. So for now, he is in your room. Your sister is booted out and sent somewhere else.
Mordecai's room.
They'll probably just sleep on the table or something. Just in the chair.
I'm pretty sure Darius would kill you if into your room.
I don't think so. Why?
There we go. There we go. You can see the difference in the Imperium's car mechanics, whatever. They've got bigger. So,
Jesus fucking Christ.
Let me have a look at the times. At the times of the dates of the things. So, you started your mission on the 23rd, well, 323rd day of this Imperial year. I believe you did that fairly late-ish. It wasn't daytime when you went there. So after the team flies back, it will probably be the 324th, but it will be early. It will be 3 a.m. something like that by the time you fly over. Maybe 4 a.m. For winters, you arrive back at the base late afternoon. For Ezio, you turn back on the 25th at some point.
Fine. By the way, this while we're doing this, would I know who to contact to get tactical rigging? I believe it's that.
Tactical rigging?
The thing I wear which allows me to quick draw a gun without having to have the talent.
Oh, okay. So the the second edition item that doesn't exist in first edition. The tactical vest.
Right.
No,
yes, the tactical vest.
No, it doesn't have a price because it's not a first edition thing. It's a second edition. You can probably get them off the Rogue Trader for 75 thrones.
It looks to be like slightly more than just a backpack. So
no, it's tactical.
Price.
It's tactical webbing. So it'd be specifically for military use, which is why it would have a higher price.
Yeah. Oh no, I just actually looked at the backpack price and it's very cheap. So never mind. Oh yeah, that's right. That's why I have 6 of them. Okay. Okay then. Yeah, they're pretty cool actually. Now I look at it.
Yeah, it's really fancy. I also need.
It's not the most concealed thing in the world, though.
Yeah, but when I need it, it is the switch between my Armageddon and my Multimilta.
Oh no, it won't work for that. Sorry, dude. There's a weight limit to it. If you read in the description, it's things. So it's the same weight as a sword. Funnily enough, like, I think you can actually get away with attaching a basic sword to it, but nothing
You're
over
not
2
attaching
kilos.
So
it's like nothing over 2 kilos or something like that.
No, it can hold up to 15 kilos.
No, but a single item can't be over 2 kilos.
Oh, yeah.
It does say it in the description. It mentions something there. There are terms to its use. So you can do it with pistols. I think you might be able to get away with your Armageddon, but yeah, it's more for ammo, for magazines, for grenades, things like that.
I mean, I got some grenades.
They are useful things to have, especially if you can't get quick draw. So yes, once you get back, obviously you go and you rest up and you wake up the next day, have your breakfast and shit. You will be doing reports. You have to fill out your reports for the Inquisition. Is there anything you want to do in this basically 2 days? Well, actually, we'll say the 24th is used up on writing your reports. If you wanted to do a little thing on the 24th, that's fine. For Ezio, when you get back on the 25th, you're doing your reports all day.
I'm gonna check in with our white friend, and then when Ezio gets back, berate you slightly for firing a very close range or firing that weapon at a very close range. But at the same time, it's more for the record. Because at the moment, I don't really quite know what I could do as a punishment. So,
Well, on the record, don't be stupid.
I mean, you have your command baton. Just smack a bitch. Blocking.
Wait, who's being punished?
you
Why?
almost
you fired
killed
a multi
her.
melter in the melee.
No, not in the melee.
You were engaged
It
in
was in
melee
melee.
combat, actually.
It was in
You
melee,
just don't have
actually.
the negative for melee.
It's diagonal combat. Diagonal combat doesn't count.
It does count, actually.
Shush you.
Not only does it count, a friend paid the price for it counting.
I mean, friend is rather a loose term, but yes.
Oh, okay, sorry. Our
Work colleague.
work colleague, that's the word I was looking for. Thank you, Mordecai.
Idiot fuckers. But yeah, checking in with him. Gonna berate Ezio for giving him a light ribbing. I'm gonna check in on Kathleen as well. See how she's getting on.
She seems to be doing well. She went down to the club, sat with some of the people there. She tells you that the touched one was screaming some nonsense about it screams in reality, it screams in the immaterium, it's screaming. She helped the old man, Festus, knock her out.
Good point. I do actually need to check in with Festus and thank him.
One of the things I would like to do would be check in on Nutella and Festus, and thank Festus for helping take care of her. Because I like Nutella and I liked Festus.
You like Festus now? What the fuck?
I want to
What
be.
happened? Who are you?
I want to be expedient.
I always liked Festus. Festus doesn't know. I don't think he knows I'm a psychic.
No, he doesn't. But yeah.
Because
Yeah.
He actually doesn't
Festus
know yet.
likes me. He's always like, bless you, child, as opposed to you will burn in the fires of hell, Mordecai.
I want to check in on Festus, but he'll just yell at me for doing it.
Just come to me when you check in on him.
Oh god damn it. So Noelle is basically she's doing okay now. She doesn't really know of what the hell was going on, to be honest with you, but she's smelling colours and seeing smells and shit. Who knows? Festus is the touched one when mental, so I had to knock her out. Much assistance from your sister, Darius. Couldn't have done it without her, but yes, no, the crazy one needed to be silenced. Too much of the evil in her head, I suppose. Oh, so God be with you. Emperor be with you, Liliana. Oh, it's you.
I'd be like, bless me.
I should play that up.
Maybe when you equated yourself to be like Empress.
If you do say, what did I do? I'll just tap you on the shoulder and say, you were born, Mordecai, unfortunately.
Yes, a sin upon your soul for that. Many,
a
in
very
fact.
unimpressed look upon my face as I tell them both to shut. I tell Festus to ease back and Liliana to shut the fuck up.
Yeah,
No.
I'm just looking at Liliana like, he likes you.
Of course he likes me.
And knowing
I'm
look
a-
on his face.
You don't be too. You don't be
I'm a
too.
devo-
Mordecai
I'm a devout-
doesn't know she's a psychic.
So sorry, Ezio, you're not
I'm a
there.
Oh yeah, right. I'm trucking along.
I'm a devout. I'm a devout daughter of the Emperor, always trying to follow in his light.
He's going to be
Black
so
Sabbath
upset.
still be?
He's going to be so upset. Black
Would Black Sabbath
Sabbath.
still be
I
available
imagine.
as road trip?
I
sounds,
imagine
music?
that would be held. Music like that would be held specifically for the Adeptus Mechanicus Magi of the Ordo Titanica. No, Ordo, not Titanica, the other Titanic weapons. Dema Stratus, whatever it is. Ones who use the great audio weapons. It'd be for the Titanica, upper echelon of the Imperial Guard, who like that kind of thing, and the Astartes. Probably the Space Wolves. there would
what
be
is
music.
the Imperial Guard knockoff?
There would be music for you to listen to. It wouldn't be so heavy. You'd find that for Imperial music that's actually accepted, it would be more uplifting church-going music, to be honest with you. Once you get in the lower depths, once you go further down, you'll be able to pick up radio stations that play more and more illegal music or frowned upon music. It's like technically that mutant pound music from the audio Eisenhorn books. That is technically illegal to be played in areas where they give a damn about illegal music. You wouldn't find it anywhere in the upper echelons playing out in the streets, but in some dingy nightclub in the upper echelon, sure. So yeah, you get to listen to God Botherers for a while, Ezio, until you get to the middle hive and the low sorry.
Is that at least a decent organ player?
Yeah, I imagine you've got some weird 40k music. So you get back on the 25th.
I mean, a well-played organ is pretty nice to listen to.
I will give you that. There's not much else for Festus to tell you guys, except from she went crazy and they silenced her. You do your reports and this and that. If there's nothing else that anyone can think of to do, then Ezio turns up on the 25th. I imagine he gets into comm range eventually. Well, no. Yeah, he probably gets into comm range because he's like connecting to public communication. So I imagine areas of the hive are sketchy at times on the roads. So eventually you'll hear a message from Ezio coming into the upper hive. Many hours later, coming into the middle hive. I'm about an hour away. So when Ezio does turn up, you can get some rest, go and do your reports. Towards the end of the night, as most of you, I imagine, are in the club having a drink, we'll move down to the club and we'll imagine you're all there, gathered, having a drink, talking about your escapades. Look, even Marius has come down for a drink, apparently. A ship's rating will enter the building. He is dressed in a very nice, yet very dark and non-suspicious looking uniform. It is clearly well. So it's not got all the it's not got like the pauldrons with the golden like when you see an admiral in movies. It hasn't got any of that flair to it. So he kind of blends in with. He could be from any upstanding house business. That kind of he blends in to the teeming masses. But he arrives. He takes off his hat. He puts on his pinion. I think it's pinion, which is of the Rogue Trader house, which is made out of expensive metals, which was probably why he took it off. As he enters in, I don't have a token for him, sorry. He sees a group of individuals that mark the description of the weird group he's looking for, and he approaches. Excuse me, sirs, my ladies. I am with the Emperor's Profiteer. I have a message to be delivered to Darius, but any member of the teams will do.
I'm putting my hand up. Yep, over here.
Ah, very good, sir. Can you please place your palm on here? He presents a scanning device. It's basically like it's basically like an iPad, smaller, but it's basically just for a hand to be put on there, and he lays it as if you're meant to.
Just before he does, just because of paranoia for the next day, can I just ask him to show me his ident chip before I do?
Oh, but of course, sir. He presents to you his ident chip. When you put it into a reader, which you just have, it will bring up his identity and his the ship that he's connected to. It all looks completely legit for Captain Jack and the Emperor's Profiteer, and he is a petty officer.
Okay. Now I believe him. So yeah, I'll put my hand on it.
Scanning device comes down. The device flashes green, and a picture of your face comes up. Darius. It says Darius, and then everything else is redacted.
Yes, sounds about right.
He turns the device. It'd also say your age. He turns the device over, sees, yep, it's agreed, it's Darius, right, and then he hands you a scroll.
All right. I'll stand up, give him proper nod as a thanks, give it a quick look, see what it is, and then is there anything else?
No, sir. If you would like to give me a message, I can take it back to the ship for you. If not, I will return to my duties.
Just give me a moment to read it then.
But of
Just in
course,
case there is.
he goes over and sits by the bar, so he's out of earshot from you.
Currently, the only person sitting right next to me is actually Winters, because Liliana's technically on the table behind me.
Sure.
I mean,
So-
from the layout, we're all basically close together.
You're basically close, yeah. You probably saw, you would have saw it happen, like the guy comes over, that handprint jiggle and everything else. I've taken the sheet off, I'm laying it down on the table, but I'm kind of covering it so people can look over my shoulder. So if you want to do see it, come sit opposite me.
So the club hasn't opened yet, so there's no public in here.
No, I
yet.
mean just for gangers or the other parts of the
Yep.
squad members, just in case.
So as you
Again, I still have paranoia for one more day.
yep, by all means, as you open
Oh,
the
Scoop's
scroll
messy,
case,
close.
because there should be a case. You open the scroll case. As soon as you slide it out, there is a symbol that you may not have seen before. It is of a wolfhound's head. It's a specific type of hunting dog. So it is a hunting dog on a shield. You're kind of confused. It looks as if there's blood dripping from its mouth. You're like, okay. Has a stone on its collar. You're like, hang on a minute.
Mine's Bloodstone.
You crack it open. Is a message from Inquisitor Bloodstone. Magnus Bloodstone. Yes.
Okay.
So, I'm not going to do his. No, I'll do his voice. It's been a while. To my acolytes, I understand I have not been in contact for some time, but matters are moving in a dangerous turn. I am preparing as best I can, but I have been keeping up with your reports. I'm pleased with your progress so far. It seems as if you're making great headway and have learned much, but are still in the dark about our enemy's plans. I have learned a little bit more from my contacts. In 5 days' time, it'll be the Founding Day celebration.
Fuck, that close?
The enemy will strike then. I am certain of this, but I do not know in what capacity. For now, I want you to gather your resources. Ensure that your allies are prepared for what may come. I do not want you to be in position. I want you to be a reactory.
Reactionary.
Reactionary. Thank you. I want you to be a
Or
reactionary.
reactive also works, to be honest.
I want you to be a reactionary kill team squad. If you have to be several squads, do it. If something is to happen, secure your area first. Ensure your allies are secure. If you must send team members to secure them, do so. But I want you to have as many resources as possible prepared to move. I will be in contact, however. You are not to move past your current location without my orders. But, should the worst happen, a signal will be sent. You will be informed, and when that happens, you must egress off the planet immediately. Should my plans fail, you must head towards the closest Inquisitorial outpost. There send a message to either a Gregorius or the Ordo Hereticus, or my former acolyte, now Inquisitor Liliana, and await
And Latilla.
Latilla. Fuck. God damn you with your L's. Latilla. Await their instruction. They will be here soon. But that is a relative term when talking about warp travel. The closest Inquisitorial outpost is, and there is a space location. Use
spatial coordinates, basically.
Yeah, spatial coordinates, that's the one. Use your Inquisitorial signifiers to gain access. They will house you until the issue is resolved. The rogue trader, Captain Jack and Ludwig, have both offered their services in this endeavor. It'll be up to you to decide what happens, which one you choose. But whatever happens, you've all done well, and so far at least you all have glowing reports from me. Nextly, I believe that an assassination is coming. The Lord Commander is the target. However, I also believe that the Lord Commander in space is also the target. To cause mass confusion and disruption in the Ultima Segmentum. I have taken all precautions, so you should not need to be involved in this endeavor. But once you have secured your position, once you know that your assets are secure, you are to move to your gun cutter. Try and have it close by as possible. The only signal will be sent directly to your gun cutter. There will be no all communications signal. I hope you understand So you will need to be there. My acolytes, you have 5 days to prepare. May the Emperor watch over you. May the God Emperor answer your prayers. Your Inquisitor, Magnus Bloodstone. P.S. Destroy this with fire.
There's Mordecai when you need him.
Well,
I do have a fancy lighter I barely get to use, but okay.
Both have that lighter as well, because we got them at the same time.
Oh yeah.
well, I'm just gonna be looking over your shoulder. That isn't concerning at all. No.
So,
Oh.
would I be there already, or am I still a day out?
No, you're there.
Do have a plan?
No, you're there. This is
So-
before opening on the 25th.
All right. Where is the gun cutter now?
Up on our placement, it's like 3 hours above us, basically.
So, what do you guys think about? We informed the boys in Kiss that we've got some contacts who seem rowdy about founding, and they think that shit will happen everywhere. Then we will politely ask them to take over this place for now, and we just wait in the gun cutter and see what happens.
I say
No.
we.
Well, that was quick.
I'm not comfortable just sitting back and
Yeah.
watching
No,
from the
that
gun
is-
cutter for 5 days. No.
We have 5 days to prepare. We're not wasting them just sitting back.
I'm going to point out, you're lucky I'm not a commissar. That is.
I would just
That is the
suggest-
most unguardsman thing to ever come out of Ezio's mouth.
I know.
Is it?
Or no, most unguardsman-like, at least. It is perfectly guardsman-ish, but expecting of a guardsman, no.
Here's the thing. We've got orders to catch the signal and then proceed
Yeah, in 5 days.
Yeah.
to prepare. That we do. We didn't say we shouldn't prepare. I think we should plan.
Oh, we're definitely planning.
We do need an action plan, what we'll do on the day itself first, so that we can prepare effectively.
Whatever happens, we're gonna need bodies. It's probably time we get the squad. Wait, are the wild wardens still in the Underhive? I can't remember if we.
No,
didn't.
they're gone.
No,
to
they're in
the-
our old
They're
base.
in the ship. They're with.
They're with the rogue traders.
No, they're
One
in
of
our
the two.
old base at the moment. We couldn't get them on without being really suspicious, remember?
Yeah.
Oh.
I say we take our gun cutter and get them, because at least we can move them in the gun cutter somewhat less suspiciously.
I mean, how far away is our old
I
place
mean,
from this
what
location?
I'm suspecting on that day when we will be traveling our gun together, I don't think suspicion will matter that much.
I mean, we've got. Yeah, but we can find our way. We're gonna need bodies, and we're also not just going to leave them here.
I'm just going to raise my hand. We should commission masks. How many Wild Wardens are left? I had this strange dream of a cleric, and he was hideous, walked like a frog. His face looked like, the insides of other people's, rear ends. But he wore a mask all the time to hide himself. We could get the Wild Wardens masks and have them ready for when we do get the signal. We can bring them up, and they won't look as bad as they normally do.
I think we should bring them up before we get the signal, because it will
No,
take
yes,
time.
but like we should still get each and every single one of the masks. I'm going to look up. Well, we are the Raven Quad. We might just want to get them, Raven masks and stuff like that.
Yeah, and big outfits, overalls, to hide any more physical stuff.
Yeah.
Precisely.
It's a possibility.
There's about
from my point
18
of
of them left. Your other question.
I'm going to rub my hands again. Oh, I'm going to enjoy getting clothings and masks for all of them.
Jesus. There's probably only like 4 heavies, the huge guys left. The others would be much smaller, so easier to conceal.
view.
I don't remember. Is that the dick tit lady still alive?
Don't forget we can always cram them in the
No.
back of our van.
No, she's dead. Yeah, she's dead.
Oh,
The big van that you guys have got holds more. It's only so big because you can all then fit into it on like your tokens. But the big van will take more people than the
Yeah,
classic
but
van.
are they visible or not?
No, it's a closed truck. It's a closed truck. It's just it was the only vehicle that I could get that all of you could fit in and were visible, so we knew who's who and where's where. The classic truck is much smaller. You could fit about 10 people in the back, but it's also much slower. You can increase its speed, but you'll just have to do some work to it.
Yeah, this is why I was saying gun cutter, because it's big enough and fast enough that we're not wasting a lot
I
of
mean,
time.
we do need
the
to
gun
put them
cutter,
together first.
you can't get the gun cutter to the underhive. There's no space port. There's no docking port for it. I believe you're on the lowest docking port. There might be one lower. Yes,
Bring up the map again?
there's one lower. There's one lower. Well, technically 2, because it'd be on it'd be
Either
mirrored.
side, but
Yeah. So technically there is one here that you could use.
So this is where our old base was, and that's like the
Yeah.
nearest docking port, and that's 18 hours away from the base at the very least, taking the elevator. Yeah, it's gonna be tough.
Well, it shouldn't be too bad because you have got 5 days to
Yeah,
pull them up.
get there. Yeah,
Yeah,
Get that.
no, I'm just thinking of all the other planning because I think we have to get our gang sorted as well.
Well, that's why I propose to get the Poison Kids involved.
No, we're informing the Poison Kiss to get them informed as well and get them to be ready.
Well, and also take over our territory while we get
Why would they take over our territory?
as management.
What?
No, they're your allies.
there are.
No, I mean, like, if we're away, we will need someone to manage this place, right?
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
So yeah, the Poison Kiss
That's
manage
fine in the
your-
long run, but I don't think you understand like the severity. If we have to evacuate the planet, it's likely that we're fucked. We won't have to worry about a caretaker.
I mean, for the slight off chance that we might. come back.
Here's the thing: if we have to evacuate the planet, whoever's staying behind is not going to have a good time.
yeah.
If what Kathleen has said is even close to the truth, they're probably going to bomb the planet at some point. If what I could make out is correct, at the very least. So bombing the planet is one thing, if not a incursion or just general massive chaos uprising. So
Because it's been a very, 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 very long time. When Kathleen was talking about how the things happened to your planet, Darius, out of character, how did she say how the thing started?
you say how the invasion started?
Yeah.
Yeah, she said that it was lured here. Or it was
Lured.
lured to our planet. Yeah. So basically, see, kept saying that we were bait, basically.
So how do we know that's not going to happen here?
It was in the middle of Ultramar. No, not in the middle of Ultramar, but we're
Cough, Beastwater, cough. I mean, organ
Yeah,
scratching,
you're
cough.
you're in the Ultramar Segmentum. You're part of the Thousand Worlds,
Yeah.
basically.
the
Okay.
the fact that a hive fleet is flying through the system is going to be far more noticeable
Thousand
than
Worlds, 500.
while
Yeah,
the 500 worlds, but there is over
That's the
1,000
one.
worlds in there. There's the 500 worlds because that's what he initially conquered.
Yeah.
So yeah, a hive fleet hitting a planet when in the middle of the system rather than like where Phonos was on the fucking outskirt. Yeah, no, it's going to be a lot more. We probably would have heard. We probably would have heard word of it quite a while ago if it was on the move in.
Yeah, like it causes all sorts of shit to happen on the planets for like a few months as well.
and this isn't the only planet in the solar system. This is the Goldilocks planet, basically. But there are other planets out, so they would have fuckier things happening to them as well. So you'd have early warning of incursion. The Tyranids. A cult, however, is a different story. That could happen.
Cults can do whatever the fuck they like.
But you think you would have noticed that, considering you spent quite a long time in the Underhive and Middle Hive and Lower Hive, you know.
I mean, we have seen a lot of culty shit in those planets, so
I mean, I suspect chaos uprising to be.
I'm expecting chaos subversion at the very least. The riling up of this populace about the changing of their traditions and stuff like that. There's definitely they're going to use the populace as their cannon fodder at the very fucking least. I think it's going to be. It's going to be hell. It's going to be hell on the planet if even half of the things that's coming to mind take place. So I think we need more time to prepare all this. I'm gonna leave the letter there on the table for them to read over again while I approach the courier. Ask him when I give you a message, you're going to give that to our
Yes,
boss
sir.
as soon as possible, correct?
It will be delivered to your captain as soon as possible. Your message will go into the scroll case there, sir, and it will be sealed until your captain's ident is read.
Yep. Okay. Have you got any paper on you?
He presents
has,
a scroll, wax, and a seal, and a pen.
Yeah, I'm taking that real quick. And give me a moment or two. I'll go back to the table. Various details he needs to know now before a report gets sent. Governess is a puppet. Governess is a puppet. So who took down the passphrase? Not the passphrase, but the phrase. Anyone?
I think all the Mordecai said they got the
You
last
get
phrase
it.
noted
You
down.
get
I was
it.
trying to write it down, but
You get
something
it
about the fraternity. But
you get it one more time, and it will be the last time I'll ever remind. So keep this in a note, VIP, because I've actually said it once before in this game already. In context,
Yep.
It's a matter of the most pleasant fraternal confidence.
It's a matter of the most fraternal confidence.
Yes.
Pleasant.
It's a matter of the
It's
most
pleasant,
pleasant fraternal
fraternal.
confidence.
Yes.
What? Pleasant fraternal?
Yes.
Yeah, pleasant fraternal.
The start of it, you can, yeah, pretty much. You say it's a matter. They'll all be accepted, but it's the end part that's the important
So
part.
I'm writing that down.
I have it written down in bold.
I'm putting that down on the piece of paper. So it is a matter of the most pleasant fraternal confidence. Put it in quotes and unique phrase, something to do with the plot. We basically have the names. I'm sure we've already given the names to him.
They would have gone
Yeah.
in your last report when
last report.
your sister, after completing the Skolam mission. I say every mission you send off reports, and then they get to the Inquisitor.
Okay. Is there anything else from this mission that needs to be sent as soon as possible?
Uh,
Fuck! I forgot to check the data wafer.
It's porn.
I was just gonna say, it's all porn.
We'll bring that one up next time because it is getting late. I've been watching. Be like,
Yeah, I just saw it. Holy shit! that went faster than I thought.
Might be worth cutting it here
Um,
and coming back.
it's just a
before
note.
we do that.
Yep.
Out of character, we can technically speaking tell the guy to wait a little longer, so we could go watch the thing.
Theoretically, yeah.
You can if you wish, or you can fill out the note and send the man on his way. Because I know what you like a lot. You lot are like. I'll come back next week. And you'll be like, can't remember what we were doing.
Oh yeah, this dude's still here.
I am writing stuff down. I'm trying to improve.
I am writing stuff down, but I always forget anyway.
A mention about the fact that it seemed like they were betraying each other.
Yeah, internal struggle.
I also mentioned the fact that he did say that there was a shadow inquisition. People telling that they were pretending to be Inquisition too.
Yeah, and that at least Hoffe was in league with one of the many pseudonyms for Slanesh.
Big jiggly titties.
Sake.
He will understand. He will understand. What the fuck am I acolyte sending me?
No.
The prince that was promised.
Sure.
Oh wait, shit, that's a different thing.
No,
There you go.
The prince that was promised. Where do I remember that from?
Isn't she what there's a strictly Deldar thing though?
Yeah. I think the Imperium. I think the Imperium know of it because the Dark Elder have mentioned to the Imperium, "We fear she who thirsts," or "She who thirsts comes for us," or "has noticed you," or some shit, you know.
And there's also the Dark Prince.
Yep.
The fucking Game of Thrones reference. God damn it! I knew I remembered that from something.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, it's
That's
just
the first time I thought of Game of Thrones in ages.
Okay.
Especially
sure.
We established I have ways. I have at least some written pseudonyms of the Chaos Gods.
Yes, you do.
Okay.
So short, you can put that in.
Random pseudonym of Slanesh. I draw an Aquila beside it. Emperor protects.
You draw Aquila. Aquila's around it.
The Futa God. Yeah. You know the one. Like, oh.
Dick titties.
No, he won't know if you
That
mean a
can mean
mutant or not.
so many
Then
things.
he'll be like, "What? The mutant from the Underhive that was in the report? What? Why is she?"
Fuck, I meant to ask you about that as well. Shit.
It turns out that the lady with the dictate was actually Slanesh in disguise.
God.
All along. Okay.
All right.
I think that's enough
yeah, just-
information for the letter. It goes into the seal gets closed. The poor ship's petty officer now huffs because he's got to go fucking miles again. Sure. The message.
Handle it.
I mean, I could give him a drive if he wants.
No.
To
He
also
has...
check the other.
it'll be fine. We'll do it next week. It'll be fine. He knows where to go. So, as you finish up writing your letter, your whole crew comes together very conspiratorially as you begin your planning. You lean over to your barmaid and let her know, close the doors. We're not opening tonight. As you begin your planning session. So, that is where we'll end this episode. In the next episode, we'll have a planning episode, and some days will go by quickly to add more tension to it's soon. And in a couple of episodes, we'll have the founding. It's been mentioned so many times for almost a year. So I certainly hope you're all looking. It has basically been a year since I first mentioned it. I hope you're all looking forward to it. I hope it will turn out well. I hope it will be a cool encounter. I may have to change a few things. We'll see. But yes, many things planned for the future. I hope you'll all join us for that. Hope you've enjoyed this episode. And how does my outro go again? Thank you all so much for watching. Take care. And as always, bye-bye for now. That's the one.
Bye.
Praise corn.
See ya.